Welcome to another episode of Grant Goes It Alone. I'm Grant, your wonderful host for this solo podcast. I'm part of the Tommy and Grant Go podcasting podcast that you can listen to. And I'm sure if you are listening to this, you probably have heard of that. I do that podcast with my buddy Tommy every other week. But this week, it's just me solo doing my little solo project podcast that I love to do for you guys. So super excited for this episode. Um, we are part of the Superpod Network. Got to get that out of the way, of course. They are a group of indie podcasters. You can find them at superpodnetwork.com. On there, as well as a Discord that we have our own little channel on that we'd love for you to come join. Check that out. And also down below, we have our down in the description, our email that you can reach out to us, which I'm always huge on community engagement. So if you have any topics that you want me to talk about on this episode, or if you have anything for me and Tommy on our other podcast, feel free to email us at that. And then also our social media, which we are currently only on Blue Sky, is listed there as well. And if you are listening to this but would like to watch and see what I look like, you can come to YouTube, as we are on YouTube as well. But yeah, got all that out of the way. Super excited for this week's episode. Been throwing some ideas around in my head what I wanted to kind of talk about. And I remembered that having a conversation a while back when I first was introducing this is one of my buddies suggested that every once in a while I do like a top 5, top 3, top 10 list of something that I enjoy, and just that way you guys can get to know me a little bit. And then also that can maybe stir up some drama as well from you people if you disagree with my thoughts and everything. So, yeah, super excited to share that topic with you this week. But also as a reminder as well, we do have my hot take at the end of the episode too. So keep that in mind as what's it going to be this week. I've had some good ones. I don't even know if I know yet what it's going to be. Might have to just pull one up out of thin air as we go through. Dun, dun, dun. Let's dive into this week's topic. And that is, in my opinion, which of course is always right, the top 5 best sitcoms or TV series. I guess I'll say TV series. We'll just say not even sitcoms, just TV series in general. The top 5 that I think are the best ones that everyone at some point absolutely needs to watch because they are the greatest of all time. So I'm sure that my list is probably the only list. And once you hear it, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, totally agree with him. That list is the best list. And I agree spot on with all of them. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Yeah, I think I did put these kind of, I'm looking at my list here, and I was going to say no particular order, but I think I am going to go in this order that I have it here. So my number 5, How I Met Your Mother, is where I'm going to come in and start that with. In my mind, it is way better than Friends. So I'm going to get that out the way because I know for a while that's what people were comparing, Friends and How I Met Your Mother. I think How I Met Your Mother is way better. Now people are going to come back with oh, but the ending was terrible. Yeah, I agree. I didn't really like the ending, but the second and third time I watched it, it starts to make sense a little bit. The ending actually makes sense when you know what's coming. So I would encourage you, if you've never watched, or if you've watched How I Met Your Mother through once and the ending made you mad, go back and watch it again. It makes a lot more sense as you go through, and you're like, maybe the ending isn't that bad. Maybe it's not. But the reason why I like it so much is I just love the humor in all of it. I thought the writing was very creative in a lot of their episodes. They do a lot of interesting things. And the flashbacks and the flash forwards that they had all going on, all intertwining together to lead to the ending, which I thought was very, very clever. So, How I Met Your Mother, number 5. Number 4, grew up on this one, so I had to throw it in there, SpongeBob SquarePants. I think it's one of the best cartoons ever created. Now, I will say, as the later seasons went on, I don't think it did get as good. Still had the humor there. Not as good as like the first 3 seasons, probably. Um, there's been multiple movies of it. I've watched the first movie, I think, is still one of the best movies ever out there. Maybe this whole episode will be hot takes. I'm just throwing them all out there today. But yeah, SpongeBob SquarePants, grew up on him, loved him. Probably a lot of my humor is from SpongeBob SquarePants. Really, really good. I mean, there's not a lot to say. I mean, if you haven't watched SpongeBob SquarePants, highly recommend it, especially as an adult now. You do catch a little bit of things. It wasn't as bad as some other shows that threw in a lot of adult humor during that time, especially those on Cartoon Network that were known for it. But absolutely, SpongeBob SquarePants. Sorry, I was kind of blanking out there because when I said Cartoon Network, I thought of another cartoon series that I really loved. It's not on my list, but I'm going to do a quick honorable mention. Codename Kids Next Door. If you've never heard of Codename Kids Next Door, it blew my mind. And I think I looked it up, and I don't know if it is on any streaming site. Because if it was, I would love to go back and see if it holds up from my memory. That was another very good show on Cartoon Network. Again, Codename Kids Next Door. But let's jump to number 3. So far we've had How I Met Your Mother, SpongeBob SquarePants, and I'm going back and forth because I'm looking at my list right now between 2 and 3. So I'm going to switch them up just a little bit here from my original list. I'm going to go with Rick and Morty at number 3. Again, if you're kind of catching a theme here a little bit, you're like, well, that's another cartoon. Well, shocker. I'm a kid at heart. Love my little adult cartoons. Rick and Morty, great. So glad that there's going to be 100 seasons of it. So good. I think the writing is very clever. I think they do a good job at finding ways to tie everything in throughout the episodes as they come in. Just marvelous. I like sci-fi to begin with, so I think that's why I enjoy it, because there's always something happening. Biggest complaint sometimes people get is they don't have trouble following, remembering what's going on. Yeah, but if you watch it enough, you will realize, oh yeah, that's coming back now. Because I mean, there was one storyline that I can't remember when it ended, but they ended it. Like, I'm just going to use this example. Like, it was the end of season 3, like the finale. You're like, what? What? Just like they left on a huge cliffhanger, and they didn't pick that story back up until like season 5, halfway through. All of a sudden, that character came back, and you're like, what? And everyone just lost their minds because they didn't forget. But looking back, there was signs leading into it, which again, great writing. Very similar to like How I Met Your Mother. Everything has a purpose, and that's what it led to. Which will lead me to number 2 on my list, which is Bob's Burgers. Fantastic. One of my favorite series of all time. Just brilliant. It is one of the rare shows to me that there's, in my mind and opinion, there's not a single bad character in this show. Every single character I'm hooked on. Like, even side characters. Like, I think they're so funny and so hilarious. The one-liners, the humor, just fabulous. I mean, I love the whole family. Like, they're fantastic. The kids are great. They feed off each other. The parents just, at times you're like, the parents just roll with it. And they feel like they can't control their kids. And they just continue to go through. Oh, if you've never watched Bob's Burgers, I would highly encourage you to watch it. And with any show, and especially I'll talk about this with my number 1. show, but I do encourage you to kind of go through and give like it a chance, because I feel like if I remember right with Bob's Burgers, the first few episodes, I think they're trying to figure out what the show is going to be. And then it started picking up steam. And then it started getting real good. And the humor started settling in, and you started getting the great storylines with it. So they do have a movie out, I believe, with Bob's Burgers. I'll be honest, okay. It kind of just felt like a longer episode than an actual movie, which kind of disappointed me. I was kind of hoping for something a little bit bigger and all that, but it's fine. It was still good. I enjoyed it, loved it. Yeah, so that is number 2, Bob's Burgers. So to recap, before we get to, in my opinion, the best show ever, number 5 was How I Met Your Mother. Number 4 was SpongeBob SquarePants. Number 3 was Rick and Morty, and number 2 was Bob's Burgers. And the number 1 show, in my opinion, is a little show I like to call Community. If you've never seen Community, I would highly, highly recommend you watch it. It might be one of the best written shows ever, minus season 4. 6 seasons in a movie is what we're hoping for. There have been 6 seasons. Everyone's still waiting for that movie. If you're a Community person, you know that reference very well. If you're not, you're like, what's he talking about? 6 seasons of movie. Watch it. So good. The interesting thing on my list as I was going through is the creator and writer, well, the creator of Rick and Morty, also, I didn't realize it until about later on, because I don't pay attention that much, is also the creator of Community. So I must really like his style of writing and humor and all that. And basically, Community, if you've never seen it, I guess I should have kind of went back and kind of talked about what each one of these was in a nutshell. But Community basically is a misfit group of individuals who are all at community college, and it's all about their adventures there, but it's way, way deeper what goes on. So good. I mean, I've probably watched it through 3 or 4 times. 20-minute episodes, in and out. It's great. The big thing I will say with this one that I kind of referenced with Bob's Burgers is the first few episodes, I will say, are a little bit slower, and you're kind of figuring out what's going on. But once they found out what they were doing, it was fantastic, minus season 4. Season 4, I mean, it was okay, still there, but something happened behind the scenes with the creator and the program that was broadcasting this. So he left for 1 season, and it's very noticeable if you know and have watched it, because it's drastic. In my head, some people might not think, but you can tell, in my opinion, much, much different than what any of the other seasons were. And actually, it's really great because I think in season 5 and 6, they reference it as the gas leak year, where no one was normal and no one really remembers what happened during that school year at Community. So Community, best show ever, in my opinion. Before I get into my hot take, I'm going to throw this out there. If you disagree with me, or if you want to share what your favorite show is, again, you can email us at thegopodcast@gmail.com, or go ahead and reach out to us at Superpod Network or on our social media at Blue Sky. All that down below as well. I'd love to hear why you disagree with my top 5 list. And as a matter of fact, come at me. I want to hear why it's a terribly put together list. But let's jump into now my hot take for this episode. And again, like I said, coming into this, I really didn't have one ready to go. Normally, I kind of think a little bit. So we're going to go, and whatever the first hot take that comes to my mind, I'm going to say. And really, this is a weird one. I don't know why this came into my head, but I'm not a big fan of summer. Like, I enjoy it, but Yeah, summer might be overrated. A lot of people love it, but is it really worth it? Is summer that cool that people should be that excited about? Ponder that, people. Why don't you do that? That's my hot take for this episode. Thank you for listening, though. Appreciate all of you. Really, really love that you guys are sticking around for this and also with Tommy and Grant Go podcasting, which you can find on all of your podcasting things and YouTube. So, yeah, without further ado, until next time, see ya.